Hi, this is Suzanne Clegg, and this is an orientation video if you're interested in learning about how I work with distance healing for cancer. I'm going to share my screen here so that you can see my thing here. All right, so now, this video is for you if you have a rapidly growing cancerous tumor. Some people think that rapidly growing tumors are harder to treat with distance healing than non-rapidly growing tumors are, but the fact is that the slow growing tumors just don't respond very dramatically, and it's the fast growing ones that do. So paradoxically, if you're really having a hard time with tumor growth, distance healing might be actually more powerful than you realize. Let's see. So I do energy healing for cancer, and so if you're interested in learning how this works, that's for you too. You're interested in how your emotions and your spirituality can support your healing process. I'll be talking a little bit about that. Even though I do distance healing, I'm not really the healer. Actually, you are. I'm the facilitator, and I know the lay of the land. I really understand how tumors heal naturally. So there's certain signs and ways of knowing if you're on the right track. And that's a lot of what I do, is just sort of manage things and manage expectations and things like that. This is not, with distance healing, you don't purchase a cancer cure. You're very, very much part of the process. And so part of what I do is I help you work on your inner processes. And I like to take you from where you're at to maybe a little deeper. I work with your belief structure, unless it's getting in the way, in which case I encourage you to expand your box that the box that your consciousness is in. But often, if you're sort of attracted to this kind of thing, you've got what it takes to work with your tumor in an energetic way to really enhance the healing. Now, this video is not an introduction to energy healing. It's not even an introduction to distance healing. So it sort of assumes that you're a little bit sympathetic with that, or that you know something about that. And I can say that it's why would you want to do this? At the worst, my sense is that you'll get nothing, but most people can at least get dramatic pain reduction and enhanced quality of life. And often there's a prolonged life too. So that's why we're here. Okay, good. All right, so who am I? Why would I offer these services? I've spent the last 13 years specializing in cancer. So really my training has been with my cancer patients. I've learned what works, what doesn't work. I've seen a lot of things work and not work. So I sort of know the lay of the land. Many people can do an energy healing, but they don't really know how to apply it to cancer. So that's what I'm doing here. On top of this, I've had over 35 years of clinical experience in holistic medicine. I'm the author of the book, There Is Another Way, Energy Medicine for Pets with Cancer. I recommend everybody get that book, even if you're not a pet, even if you're not an animal, because the steps in that book apply to humans too. I'm an acupuncturist, I'm an herbalist, I'm a registered dietitian, I am a harmonic medicine practitioner, and I've helped a growing number of people heal from advanced cancer. These are people that have not had chemo or radiation, and it's sort of exciting to share this work with you. So what actually happens during a distance healing? What happens? Well, we meet on the telephone, or sometimes we do a video thing like Zoom or Skype, and then I tune into you. I'm a medical intuitive, so I can tune into your energy field or your consciousness. And then I do a spiritual exercise inside me while I'm talking to you. And I can talk while I work, so I might as well be useful. So while the healing's happening in the background, I teach you how to do the exercise that I'm doing in my head and how to self-treat. Because I found that with rapidly growing tumors, it's good to give lots of little tiny short treatments yourself or with friends or family. And so I train you how to do that. The first session lasts about an hour, and after that, the sessions are about a half hour. Okay. Let's see. So what do you have to do during an energy healing session? Basically, you have to show up. You want to be well hydrated and not too hungry. For some reason, fasting seems to deplete the response. And I know fasting is a legitimate form of cancer care. So the way we work around that is you just aren't fasting while you're getting the energy healing sessions, right? So that your body's sort of using glucose or something while we're doing the energy healing. That's some theories why that might be, but anyway, we just do it that way. And then while I'm tuning into you, I'll be instructing you how to treat yourself. So I'll give you some visualization exercises, and I'll be able to tell to some extent how you're doing and give you suggestions on tweaking your technique of these exercises so that they can make a difference in your body. I show you what to observe and so forth. Yeah. So what can you expect to happen after an energy healing session? Most people feel better, even if it's just a little bit. Often there's less pain. If you have a lasting hot tumor, it cools down. There can be like a cool breeze that goes across your body. That's a sign that something very physical happened. If your tumor's not very hot or that you don't get that sign, I have a lot of other ways to tell if it's working or not. I do not rely on belief. I really actually discourage that. I really encourage observation, and I teach you what to observe. And you might observe something else, and then we talk about it. All right, so how do we involve your family? Cancer is a family affair. Sometimes I think it's harder on the family members than the person with cancer. And a really amazing thing is that energy medicine works more powerfully in groups of 2 or more healers. So I like to use that and involve your family. And I take the laying on of hands very literally, like human hands placed on a body are therapeutic. So if I can get one of your friends or family members to place their hands on you while I do the distance healing, I found that dramatically increases the speed at the healing happens. Sessions tend to be shorter, and in the process I train your family how to do the exercises, the mental exercises to do, so that you can get little mini treatments from them. So you're getting treatments from me, you're getting sessions from yourself, and you're getting sessions from any friends or family members that are devoted to you and want to help you. And I find that they can come in and participate with the distance healings. We can have some sessions alone, just you and me. We'll just sort of find the right way, given who you have and what the constellation is of people involved. All right, so let's see. How do you work with your oncologist and other healthcare professionals? And basically, closely, I'm just part of the team, right? And part of how we know if it's working or not is the other people on the team let you know. Like your oncologist gives you a test and, a PET scan or something, and tumor's gone or much less or growing or whatever's happening, we get the input from them. And the same with all the other health professionals that you might be involved with. So I'm just part of the team. And okay, so what can you expect the outcome to be? So I've got 3 different things you can expect. One, you could expect nothing. And that's actually a nice place to be, is just open. You're open, but you're not really expecting. But I think you need to at least want to have something happen. So that sometimes nothing happens. And then hopefully I'm skilled enough. I think I usually am skilled enough to be able to tell if nothing's happening. And then we have a conversation about that. A more typical response, it very rarely happens that nothing happens if you have a hot blasting tumor, if you're within your normal lifespan, if you are, if you're well fed, usually you feel better at least. But like a medium response, I would say, like not completely wowie zowie, but a decent response would be that you have dramatically reduced pain. And this alone is very powerful. Like just pain. It's good. Pain medication makes you loopy. It makes you constipated. It's just good to not have to take pain medication. It helps the healing process. It enhances your quality of life. And if your family's involved, a really good result is that they are doing something concrete to help you. Seriously, when family, part of, I think, the tragedy of cancer is the helplessness that the family members feel when they just can't do anything. They're just watching you wither and progress with your illness. And this gives them something to do that's concretely and clearly useful. And that just takes some of the stress out, makes everybody feel more empowered, helps them understand that, it just helps them make contact with the process in such a way that there's less victimization and more sense of being able to do something. Yeah. So the people that that have died with me, I feel like I've enhanced the quality of their life. They've needed a lot less medication. They've had a lot less side effects. If their family was involved, there was a deepening of intimacy and of caring, and an all-around therapeutic, good experience was happening. And then the ultimate response is a cure. And of course, this is not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. We're talking about cancer. Cancer by its very nature is chaotic. Why you get cancer, how you get the course of it, it's all chaotic. However, it has happened with me with a growing number of cases that people have had clean PET scans where they had stage 4 cancer. And there's, research, there's lots of science around, at least around animal models with this. And I think I know the lay of the land pretty well. So there's that. Oh, my phone's ringing. You have to put up with that. Okay. So how many treatments will it take? 2 to 200. That's a big difference, right? So I have no idea how many treatments it will take. So this is why we get your friends and your family involved. And because if you're the kind of person that needs 200 treatments, like, it's going to take forever for you and me just to work together. But if you can get your wife or your husband or your daughter or your son or your uncle, your aunt or your friend to give you like a 10-minute treatment once a day, and then supplement those treatments with time with me. So I become as much a coach and a consultant to make sure that you're doing it in a way that you're making progress. Then you can very easily get 200 treatments in. And it becomes affordable, convenient, and it's easier and all that good stuff. So, but you don't just give yourself 200 treatments without feeling like you're on the mend, without feeling like something good is happening. And that's where I come in, is I help you, between me and your other healthcare practitioners, I help you just decide if it's working or not. Usually it's pretty obvious. You feel better. Everything, your body starts healing. Your digestion improves, your sleep improves, your energy improves, your pain improves. Like, there's just signs that you're healing. You might have a big tumor, but all these other signs of healing are happening. And so I'm here to help you navigate that land and help you understand who to talk to. And if I can't tell through a distance, then we talk about how else to tell. Okay. All right, so the problems that come up and how I can help. So this is a lot. What I figure my role with the distance healing is not just to give you a treatment. It's not like I press a button and you're cured of cancer. It's not like I'm here almost as a consultant, because I've seen so many cases of this, and so you can benefit from my clinical experience. So sometimes the tumor gets bigger as part of the healing process, and that can be quite unnerving. So I help you navigate that to see if it's getting better in a healing way or getting better in a worsening way. Sometimes money is an issue, in which case I help you get friends and family involved and train them so that you don't need to, so that you don't need to pay for time with me as much. I really, I'm trying to sort out ways to make this work and still keep my end working. A real common problem that I can really sense very easily is white knuckling. That's like this, when people are so scared, understandably scared, that they're just so tight that they don't let any healing happen. And I can really coach. If that's you, I can help you through the fear. If it's one of the other people in your family, I can help them. I'm particularly good at helping people expand out of fear into awareness. And I don't, the opposite of fear is not belief, like blind belief. It's just awareness and being willing to be present with the fear. Anyway, I have lots of tools for fear. Another problem is when we're trying to be too pure. And that's almost part of the white knuckling, where we're just really praying fervently or really healing really intently. And that's sort of like being stared at. It's not very comfortable, and it usually stops the healing. So if you're doing things like that, I can guide you to a better way. Right. Often friends and family do not support my cancer friends. There's a big pull to do things that that my patients don't feel are going to be helpful. And I can give you lots of resources. I can't make decisions for you, of course, but I can give you resources and give you ways to explain things to your friends and family that might help them understand what you sort of intuitively understand, and help them be part of your support system rather than you feeling like they're not able to support you. Yeah. And part of this white knuckling is believing or disbelieving. You can't think it's full of crap, and you can't think it's going to work. Both of those attitudes are not helpful because they keep you from observing. So part of what I do is help you get out of that polarity of believing or disbelieving. There really is a middle way where we're just observing if it's helpful or not. There's the inevitable plateaus where, you just don't get better, and then all better. You go better, it goes like that. It doesn't go in a straight line. Healing never does with anything, and especially not with cancer. And I can help you navigate through that. And then sometimes people have trouble with the meditation that I ask you to do. And I've been teaching these meditations for 13 years, and I have a million ways to help you modify them so they work for you. Even if you have like Alzheimer's or something and you can't do them, I have modifications for that. So don't feel like you can't do it. We find a way. And if I don't know a way, I'm very, very good at asking for guidance, and guidance comes through for you, and so that we find a way so that it will work for you. All right. Now, sometimes distance healing just doesn't work, and we thought it was working, but it just doesn't work. And I will let you know if I think that that's what the case is, because really the only way distance healing could hurt you is if you spent your energy doing that and avoiding doing something that might give you better traction with your healing process. So if there is no response, I'll let you know. If you lack the self-awareness so that you can't observe, and you're locked in believing or disbelieving in me, I'll let you know and say I don't think it's working for you, and I'll be gentle with that. Okay, I'm usually very respectful and gentle that way. Often, if people have had chemo and radiation, or they're just very, very old, it just doesn't work very well. Doesn't mean you aren't benefited from it, but if you're looking for like a really strong cure, it's probably going to be more like pain relief and comforting. And so we want to make sure that that's okay for you if you want to continue. And then if I suspect that you are in what I call magical thinking, where you're just thinking that it's going to magically happen, that's not really being in contact with yourself. And the process of healing is the process of being in contact with yourself, and magical thinking prevents that. So if you're doing that, I will call you on it. And if I can't get you to shift, I'll let you know that I can't get you to shift, and I don't think you're a good candidate for the practice. Okay, but I'm kind. I try valiantly to see if I can work with whatever we've got. Right. All right. So my wish for you is that you'll be able to do something instead of being helpless and useless with your cancer and just going to doctors and taking a bunch of pills and trying to eat. There really is an internal process that you can do that can help. And this process is actually a nurturing process. So the time spent doing it is quality time. So I feel like the worst thing that can happen is that you'll have quality time to live. And then, of course, the best thing is that it helps you live longer and much better. And when you do heal, almost no matter what the outcome is, and of course I'm gung-ho, I want the cancer cure, right? But I know that that's not up to me. I'm not the healer. You are. It's between you and your source. But I want you to heal deeply. I want you to become more yourself. Because no matter what you're facing, whether it's life, whether it's death, whether it's a big, long remission, whatever it is you're facing, if you're more yourself, you'll be able to be present with that, and it will turn into a blessing for you and your family. So that's my wish for you. So where do we go from here? You schedule a Get Acquainted call. You've watched the video. You have a little bit of sense of where I'm coming from. Somewhere around this video, you'll find a way to schedule a time to get together with me. We'll talk, and we'll see if you're the right fit. I only accept patients that I think I can help. And yeah, so let me stop sharing. Here I am. Hi. So just let me say goodbye here. Like I say, I only accept patients that I think I can help. Let's get on the Get Acquainted call, schedule it up so that we can get a little vibe for each other. And then we'll go from there. Okay, many blessings. Bye-bye.